I'm Margaret Nguira from Lilongwe, and I share an office with a young man, Tuongi Banda, who's been very active in Ubuntunet since the beginning, and he wasn't able to come this time, but he follows Keynote, and every other day he says, "Oh, Bitange Ndemo says." So I'm so thrilled to see you. I'm just so sorry you can't see you myself, but you're an inspiration beyond the borders of Kenya. Thank you, Bitange.
Anyone else with a question for the PS? Bonnie? Your name and country.
I'm Bonnie Kunga. I'm from Zambia. It's not really a question, but it's something that has opened my eyes. Yesterday we were talking about Africa Connect, and one of the things that you are worrying us is most of the data that we're getting is from Europe. And today, with your speech, now we're now starting to think there's real value in Africa Connect, in Kenya connecting to Zambia, and so on and so forth, so that we can actually now start to interact and really build our nation together. Thank you very much for that speech.
I need to add that I think it's important that you know that lack of communications in Africa makes Gabon to import 100% of its eggs from France. And we have so much land to put chicken out there and transport it to Gabon. That is the reason I'm saying that we must begin to look into ourselves.
Yeah.
My question is about some times back, there was an issue about the cost of connectivity. And there was a task force to look into it. I remember during the launch of other sites, during the time when you launched that site, the executive asked, can the cost of internet be discounted?
He's asking about the cost of broadband. Actually,
what is the progress?
Okay, there is a progress. In fact, the following day, it went down. Actually, right as I speak to you, you can get broadband at $40 per meg. That's coming down from $3,000. I don't know what you define dropping. That is falling serious. But even myself, I'll tell you that I actually need to see it come down, because every time it drops, you get so many people getting to use internet. There is an inverse relationship. So for me, I'll be very happy to see it fall further. And the only way that it can do that is by us doing the last mile. That's where the problem is. Because now people have to go to fixed broadband sites to use, and others using the smartphones. But the encouraging news is that even government is going to put most of its services on the mobile platform, meaning that the utilization of broadband, of mobile broadband, will even go much higher. But we need to work on the last mile, because we want to get into schools, into hospitals. That is how we can be able to collect the data from those areas and provide it at the open data platform. Yes.
I'm Collins Chinyama from Zambia. In particular, I'm from the University of Zambia. Firstly, I'm very impressed by the speech as well. But in Africa, we realize that a number of our parents, our leaders, they are BBC, born before computer age. Now, to what extent, maybe as a government here, are you assisting other governments to identify and realize the importance of ICTs? Because we as technocrats, we understand this ICT and the role and the value it has within our nations. But without the support at leadership level, we find we have challenges. So maybe Nikomesa or Sadiq, Are there things that maybe you are doing as government to like open eyes of other leaders in Africa? Thank you.
Yeah, we in the East Africa we have actually an East African common policy through the East African community, and we push this agenda to AU. And actually, as we speak right now, this year is supposed to be an ICT, to focus on an ICT. How we want to focus. You see, when the AU decided to say that, it actually ended that we did not bring it down to the common man. But what has happened is we have been very lucky, especially in Kenya, because something like M-Pesa, using money, mobile banking, mobile money transfer, has actually improved the diffusion of technology much faster, because after they have sent money, they begin to look for other things. And that's how the diffusion has happened. Other African countries, there are several things, especially when I've said we put government on the mobile, because what happens is that necessity is the mother of all invention, as they say. You find somebody who really wants to apply for the ID, and they are told you can actually do it via your mobile. They would learn to do it. I've seen semi-illiterate people doing very complex things on smartphones. This happens. So we must begin to put various services. We must begin to put our content, African content, into these gadgets. We don't have local content. Local content drives the use of broadband. If you look in Korea, for example, it is the local content that created the use of broadband, the way they have utilized it. Now, this local content, I did not want to quarrel you so much. Actually, you need to do it even your language, even in your language. I said here, we don't have a word for productivity because we don't have institutes of local languages in our universities to actually coin new words which people understand. Because practically we don't communicate with our people. And then you are talking about Africa developing. We must be able to, what we say in public must be able to be translated, everybody understanding up to the total. We don't do that. All politicians are going around talking English and talking using such words as productivity, and the farmers don't understand what is happening. We are not communicating. So we must begin to make that local content explain so that technology can help to research to Africa.
Right.